everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some more toy pickups to share with you guys. Now this video has been a couple weeks in the making just because I haven't really been finding all that much stuff, but after a couple weeks of searching I've got a bunch of stuff here that I want to share with you guys. Now the first thing I'm going to show is probably the oldest thing that I've gotten. Not to say that the item itself is old, but it's the first thing that I got out of all this stuff here. I got this from the thrift store that's just down the street from me. It's a model kit that I'm not too familiar with, but it is made by Bandai, so I thought should be decent enough. The exact name of this series or set or whatever is either pronounced Sprookits or Sprookits or something like that. This one here is obviously of the Joker. I got it for just $3.99, if you can see the price tag there. And I ended up getting it because although the box is kind of crushed, it is still brand new. And I ended up putting it together and it's halfway decent. It's a little tiny thing, not that big compared to the size of my hand there. But it is nicely detailed enough. The only sort of downside to it is that there's absolutely no paint whatsoever on the face there. So he just has like a blank face, and I suppose I could fill it in, like drawing it with like a Gundam model kit marker, but I don't think I'm going to go that far with that there. Moving on, I suppose the next thing I can show you is this bag of action figures that I got from Value Village a couple weeks ago. I've already opened this up and I threw out some of the stuff that was in here because it really didn't interest me whatsoever. But this is the stuff that I ended up keeping. So for $2.99, first up I got this Pink Ranger. I forget what set it's from, but I think that it might be from one of the Space series. Not too familiar with it, so can't say much. It has weird articulation and some weird joints on it, as well as having a very, very weird chest, if I may say so. Just take a look at that. It looks almost as if they just took the male model, I suppose, for the figure, and then just put some boobs on it. Kind of a weird looking figure, but oh well, it's something. There was also another Power Ranger in this bag. Not familiar with this one at all. And it says that this one's from 2002. So I want to say that it might be from one of the first few Power Ranger series where they started out with like 3 people and then added more people to the group. But honestly, not too certain about that. This is what he looks like. It's a Green Ranger with some weird like armor stuff on. Don't know if maybe other stuff was supposed to connect to him or if he had other weapons or accessories and stuff like that. He must have had something, but otherwise can't really tell if anything else was supposed to be included with the figure itself other than just a couple of accessory pieces. But yeah, that's it right there. And the other 2 figures that were in here are a couple older figures. First one is from Beetlejuice, if I remember correctly. But the thing is, he's actually missing his head. I think what this is referring to is like a scene where, like, I barely even remember myself. But I think like he swaps out his head for like some giant eye thing. Like, I don't even remember, but if anybody knows specifically what the deal is with this figure, just let me know in the comment section below. And the other figure here, I forget the exact name of this series, but I remember it from like the late 90s. I think it was Real Mummies or Mummies Alive, maybe. I think Mummies Alive. I have no idea what this guy's name is, and he is missing a couple of accessory pieces, as well as I think he had like a weapon or a staff or something like that. That's him right there. Pretty nice figure though, and like I mentioned, he's missing a couple of his accessory pieces because they do sort of come off there. I don't know if he only had the one sort of foot guard there, or if he did have two, and his sort of shoulder plating thing comes off as well. But it's definitely pretty nice figure there. Moving on from those, I found this next figure at Buy and Sell Kings. I got it because it kind of reminded me of great, I'm forgetting the name of the show now, but the English version of it was called Knights of the Zodiac, and I hate that I'm forgetting the Japanese name of it right now, but it vaguely reminded me of it, but then it turned out to not even be associated to that whatsoever. Even though the toy itself is made by Bandai, it's very, very, very Americanized. And when I was looking further into this, I found out that this figure is actually from a show that Saban, or I always forget how to say their name, but the company that's known for sort of bringing Power Rangers to the West. It's a show that they put out called Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. Sorry, I did have to read that. And this is the figure here. I think I got him for, it was either $3 or $5. I really can't remember right now. But that's him there. It's a pretty substantial figure. I want to say it's like an 8-inch figure about. He is missing his weapon that went on the side over here. But otherwise, he has all his armor pieces, and he looks pretty decent. And with this figure here, all of his armor plating, basically all the gold parts and the gold and red parts, do come off, and you do have like a base figure underneath all that stuff. That's his face with his helmet taken off, and you can see his hair too. It's a pretty nice figure, but definitely very, very Americanized. Even though this show was a American and Irish sort of joint production. Kind of a weird thing, but it definitely looked interesting, and it looked like it was a nice enough figure, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And then the rest of the stuff that I want to show you guys, I got these from a recent street sale, community sale. Don't know really what I should refer to it as, because it spanned about 8 blocks, tons of houses, tons of different streets. It was a pretty large sale, and these are a rarity where I live, so I thought I'd take advantage of it. And I grabbed a couple things. Some of the stuff is not in the best condition, but it's still really interesting to see these things because you don't really come across them all that often. So the first item that I want to show you guys, the item that's probably in the worst condition. I got this for $2, and the reason why I got it is because, well, it's Mighty Max, and you'll see it, well, right now. It's one of these Mighty Max play sets. It does have a bunch of pieces missing. It has, I'm assuming it was like a horn or something at the tip there. It has a couple pieces missing in the back as well. Half of this cannon on the side is missing. You can see the full cannon there, but that one's, of course, just half of it. And all the little minifigures that did come with the set are missing. But it was just $2, so I couldn't really complain much. There's the masking tape with the marker tag on there. So let me just rip that off. But it was pretty nice, and I think this did have a function where, if I can even manage to open this right now, which yeah, there it goes. It has a battery compartment in the bottom, and I think you could put the batteries in, and all these red bulbous parts do light up and have different effects and other crap like that. But of course, batteries aren't working. I haven't bothered opening the compartment, so it's probably corroded as hell in there anyways. But I'll see what I can do with this, see if I can piece together anything, find any of the figures anywhere else. But it was definitely an okay deal for $2. The next item that I found, the guy wanted just 50 cents for this, but he didn't have any change yet, and I only had $1 left. In fact, this was the very last thing that I bought the day of the sale. It's just this Mario toy. I don't know what it's from or who made it really. On the bottom it just says Nintendo 2002, and then on the other foot it says Toy 1/5. But it's a pretty nice Mario toy. Very posable. Well, I mean, it's posable for what it is. You can move its head all the way around. Arms move, again, all the way around. And the legs do rotate as well. So it's a pretty nice little Mario figure for $1. But if anybody knows what that's from exactly, just let me know in the comment section below. At this sale, I also found this one guy who was selling a bunch of DVDs for very cheap, and they were pretty uncommon DVDs, and they were in like mint condition because he said he purchased all of them brand new back when they came out, and he's a serious collector, but he just no longer has a need for them. I'm assuming maybe he upgraded to Blu-ray versions of those movies, so he was just selling off the DVDs. He also had a couple other things, including some video games, but they were nothing too interesting. And sorry about the phone there. But he did have this one toy that I ended up grabbing. I don't know if it's maybe from like which exact series this is from, but it is a Borg from Star Trek with a little stand there. I don't know if it's supposed to be from The Next Generation, maybe First Contact, like the movie, or if it's supposed to be from Voyager. Not too certain. If anybody has maybe more information about this figure, like what set he came from, what he's branded with exactly, like if he is branded as being from a movie or a series or whatever, just let me know in the comment section below. But again, it's a pretty nice figure here. I like that the stand was included as well. It was just $3, but I ended up grabbing a bunch of movies and this figure as well. And he wanted $15 for all the stuff that I got, and I just threw out $10, and he said, yeah, sure. So, I mean, I got less than $3, but I don't know exactly how much I ended up spending just on that item there. Now, the last thing that I want to show you guys is the very first thing that I grabbed at this sale. I exited from the subway station that was nearest to the sale, walked over to the first street that was participating in the sale, and immediately, first house that I see, I walk up, ask them if they had any video games, which I usually ask at yard sales. They didn't have anything whatsoever, no video games at all. Not even just that they weren't selling any, but they did not have anything at all. But they had something that I kind of wanted to get, and it was pretty much the very first thing that I saw. Right at the front of their sale, they had a box full of Pokemon cards. And I asked them what the deal was with the Pokemon cards, if it was just as a set or individually or what was going on. Kid tells me 20 cards for $1, so I think, okay, well, I'll look through it. He tells me they were his brother's cards. These are the ones that he wants to get rid of. And I'm looking through them, and for the most part, it's stuff from the last few years. I want to say from 2014 to like 2009 is what I was seeing the most of. And I was told that they were all his doubles, so he really didn't care for them. But then I asked the kid if he knows if he had any older ones. He's like, yeah, there's some from like 2003, 2004 back there as well. And I'm like thinking to myself, perfect, that's right when the Pokemon e-reader cards were coming out. Those are the ones I really want to get. And I look through and I find a sort of stack of them there. So I'll go through them as fast as I can. I think they are from maybe 2 or 3 different sets. I think just, yeah, 3 different sets. So I'll go through them as fast as I can. First there's an Aeron. And then we have a Carvanha, followed by Goldeen, Makuhita, Mudkip, Poochyena, Ralts, Shroomish, Skitty, Torchic, Trico, Wurmple, Cyndaquil, Dunsparce, Duskull, Lotad, another Lotad, Marill, Omanite, Onix, Psyduck, another Ralts, Sandshrew, Trapinch, Grimer, and a Nincada, and then the last card here is a Spoink. Sorry about the glare there. In total, that's 27 cards, and he also had a couple of coins as well that he was getting rid of. He said that the coins were just free to take. So I offered him $2 for the 27 cards and the coins. He said, yep, sure, that's fine. The coins that I got featured a Mudkip. Next one has the Diamond and Pearl starters. Next coin has Team Aqua logo on it, followed by Team Rocket logo. Then we have a Rayquaza, followed by just a bunch of the type symbols, I suppose, for the different energies. Then there's a Jirachi, and I think I did actually have that back in the day, but don't really remember where it's gone. Another one with just the different energy types on it. And then the last one here has a Trico on it. And just to compare it to newer coins, they have the exact same thing printed on the back of them, but apparently the new coins are much larger than the old coins, which is kind of a weird thing, but who knows, there has to be a reason for that. But yep, that's everything that I've gotten that's sort of toy related in the last few weeks, including a bunch of finds from a recent yard sale, street sale, if you have it like that. Anyways, so yeah, as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, just put in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. We're almost to 500 subscribers, so soon enough I will be raffling off the grand prize. And check out my, actually I think that's it. Facebook, Twitter, website, description below, and the contest. And if you want to continue seeing more specific toy pickup videos, just let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I can combine it together with some other ideas. And that's it. See ya.